On behalf of everyone at the Hellenic Classical Charter School, I want to take this opportunity to wish all my readers, my writers, my mathematicians, my scientists, historians, coders, artists, musicians, and my thinkers a very happy holiday and all the best in 2022. I love you so much. Mwah.
Hi HCCS, I just want to say hello. I want to wish you all happy holidays. I hope you're enjoying this performance today. Our kids work really hard. It's a beautiful performance surrounded by hope for everyone. This holiday season, my wish to you, HCCS family, is that you stay strong, you have a great holiday gathering with your family, and you remain safe and happy always. From my family, Merry Christmas, to your family, Happy Holidays, with all my love. Enjoy the performance.
Hello, my HCCS family, friends, staff, and students. We are so happy and so excited for this wonderful performance. I just want to wish everyone a safe, warm, and loving holiday season. Thank you always for your unwavering support. I love you all and enjoy this time together. Thank you.
Welcome to the 2021 HCCS Holiday Show. My name is Taiga and I'll be one of your narrators. Say hello to my fellow narrators.
Hi, I'm Arianna.
Hi, I'm Axel.
Hi, I'm Athena, and you may have noticed we're all wearing scarves.
We found these scarves backstage.
There must have been some magic in these old striped scarves we found.
For when we placed them on ourselves, we began to jump around.
On the space-time continuum.
Yeah, they seem to allow us to time travel.
So we're gonna take you on a time-traveling tour of holiday songs through the decades.
We put together this show as our gift for you, the HCCS community.
Hold on tight and we hope you enjoy the ride. Here we are in 1814, and we're starting with a song that's not a holiday song.
But it has something in common with many holiday songs. The words and music were written separately.
A young writer in Baltimore named Francis Scott Key has just witnessed the battle in the War of 1812.
He writes a poem about a flag during the battle, and the poem is called The Defense of Fort McHenry.
Later, someone else will set his poem to a tune that was popularized by a group in London called the Anacreontic Society.
The group, which was for amateur musicians, was named after the ancient Greek poet Anacreon.
And the tune goes something like this.
And now we've jumped ahead 9 years to 1823.
Here we are in Zakynthos, Greece, where Dionysios Solomos has written a poem called Hymn to Liberty.
Later in 1865, the composer Nikoloudakis will set this poem to music.
And it will become the national anthem of Greece.
It's the longest national anthem in the world if you perform all its verses.
But now in 2021, our 6th grade musicians will perform this lovely instrumental version. Pennsylvania in 1934. We're at the West Mountain Sanitarium.
A young musician named Richard B. Smith is staying here while being treated for tuberculosis. Looking out the window, he sees snow, and he remembers happy moments from his childhood.
And he writes the lyrics to what is now a beloved winter song.
His friend Felix Bernard, who was born in New York City, wrote the tune.
It would be one of the biggest hits of the year and has since then been covered by over 200 artists.
Here's class 102. We are going to sing Winter Wonderland.
Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend that he's Blossom Brown. He'll say I am ready, you'll say no man, but you can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland.
Here we are in 2021, where the 4th grade students did their own type of time traveling into their own and others' memories.
Students in 401 and 402 interviewed family members and other caregivers for their favorite childhood memories about the holidays or winter.
The students then rehearse them and will share them as if they were their own.
Meanwhile, some students will share their own memories of a holiday or winter experience.
Students were asked to conduct their interviews and tell their stories in whatever language that they preferred.
And we are happy to share these stories in 4 languages: Cantonese, Greek, Spanish, and English. First we will share Class 402 stories, then we will share Class 401 stories.
At the bottom of the screen, you'll see the name of the person who told the story and their relationship to the student.
Enjoy these stories from the HCCS community.
My favorite holiday tradition that still goes on now would be called a parranda. We would go to Puerto Rico a couple days before Christmas and we would go sing, and every night we would go sing Christmas carols to someone's house. We would wake them up because it would be like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. We would sing "You Have to Come Out of the House." They would start clapping and singing, and sometimes that person would come along to the next house. So if you had 5 people, then by the time you were done, you would have like 20 people.
Well, my favorite memory from the winter holidays is around Hanukkah time. We would go to my aunt's house and my cousins would be there, and she would make latkes, which are potato pancakes. The house smelled so yummy, and I always remember that.
We put the shoes at the door the night before January 6th, and the next day the Magic Kings will bring us a gift. If we don't put the shoes at the door the next day, the Magic Kings will not bring you a gift.
Είχαμε πολλές παραδόσεις, αλλά θυμάμαι μία που μαζευόμαστε όλα τα παιδιά στη γειτονιά και πηγαίναμε από σπίτι σε σπίτι και λέγαμε τα κάλαντα και μας δίναν δώρα και μας δίναν χρήματα και ήμασταν πάρα πολύ χαρούμενοι.
When I was about your age, we had a tradition of going to midnight mass on Christmas Eve. We also had a tradition of coming home from mass, and my grandmother had the most beautiful voice, and she would lead the whole family in Christmas carols like Silent Night, O Holy Night, and Away in a Manger, and we would be just doing that until the early hours of the morning. I like to build snowmen and open up Christmas gifts. No, my family never had any unusual family traditions. I did it!
My favorite memory is Christmas Eve because we always got to open our presents on Christmas Eve. After, we would eat our dinner and we would go to another room looking for Santa Claus. And then we would come back to the living room and there would be Christmas presents.
Yo solo me recuerdo que reventábamos cohetes. Esa era una de las mejores cosas que hacíamos, que reventábamos cohetes. Jugábamos con mis hermanos y escuchábamos que las gentes ponían música. Porque yo no me recuerdo que mi mamá ponía música, pero los vecinos ponían música. Y llegaron los vecinos a jugar con nosotros y comíamos pollo y comíamos tamales.
2 years ago, I asked Santa to get me a live animal, a lizard, and on Christmas Day he got me a lizard, and it was a leopard-spotted gecko, and I named him Buddy. We had this alley that we lived on that was like a real steep hill, and all the kids on the block would gather and go sled riding as soon as school was out. And when it was dark, there was only one street light down at the bottom of the hill. So the kids would grab their dad's flashlights, or whatever they could illuminate the track with. And we would tie them on fences, telephone poles, anybody's mailbox or anything, so the lights would shine on the alley, and we could see where we were going to sled, riding down, all the way down around the corner.
My favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, that we always do during the winter time, because the whole family gets to gather around. And we sit, we eat, we talk, we kiss, and we really have a good time. And it's one of those special holidays where the whole family gets to get together for a special night.
One of my favorite childhood memories was once I got a Nintendo game system. I was so excited because I had a game called Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt. And Duck Hunt came with a gun that I had to shoot ducks that were on the screen. I remember staying up all Christmas Day and all Christmas night, basically playing that game.
In Georgia, the country where I'm from, we celebrate Christmas on December 25th and also a small Christmas on January 7th called Alilo. Alilo comes from the word hallelujah and it involves marching around the streets in my capital city dressed in white. People are dressed in white because they want to represent being angels, and they're like staging scenes from Christmas and celebrating Christmas. And the idea behind the holiday is to celebrate Christmas with each other and to spread love.
I think my favorite childhood memory is opening presents and spending time with my family, and I think that's one of my favorite childhood memories.
So my favorite Christmas was every Christmas. It was just being together with my family, my dad, my mom, and my sister, and all my cousins, my aunts, and my grandparents.
Our favorite tradition is a tradition we do every year. We go down to Rockefeller Center and we go ice skating and we look at all the cool stores. We drink hot cocoa and it kind of brings us into the Christmas spirit. We do it every year and we don't plan on missing one.
One of my favorite memories was when we had 20-something inches of snow, and it was one of the biggest snowstorms I've ever seen, and probably one of the biggest snowstorms in New York. And we got to stay home from school, me, my brothers, and my sister. We got to go sledding, play in the snow all day, go sledding, so it was a really fun, good day.
So when I was little, we would always wait until Christmas Eve to give Santa cookies. It would take about 1 day to decorate the tree, and then when it would be Christmas, we would always wait for a late time to open the presents.
So
Our main holiday tradition is the Christmas dinner because our family and the closest relatives eat together traditional foods and sweets. Another special holiday tradition is the Xylophone with the coin in it when the New Year comes. Whoever gets the piece with the coin is the lucky person for this year.
Start again when you're ready.
Okay. I used to go to this really big park when it used to snow a lot, and it had really big hills. So we used to go up the hills and then we would slide down like, a slide. But we didn't have the slide, so we used like a big black garbage bag or something, and we used to slide down the really big hills. It was a lot of fun. Now this is what my mom used to do. They didn't have slides, so they used the garbage bags.
One of my favorite memories is we all went to this big store called Germain's, and we went to see Santa Claus, and he gave me a present. It was a huge box, and inside there were these chloroform toys that I really liked, and it was a good time that we had on Christmas Day.
So we would go to Connecticut a little bit before Christmas. Then whenever it was Christmas morning, me and my sister would wake up and go wake up our parents. And then we would go downstairs. We would have to wait for my mom to get her camera to open our presents.
One of my favorite childhood memories was from this tradition called Noche Invernal. When I was a child, I would go outside and play with my friends and go to other houses to bring piñatas, and they would serve us some hot chocolate. But the best part was when the piñata was broken, we would throw ourselves and get as many candies as we can.
When I was younger, I used to stay up till 8 p.m. going sledding. I wouldn't go to sleep because I would be thinking about going sledding in the morning with my parents. While my dad would be dropping me off, I would jump out of the car and go to Owl's Head Park and go down the deep hill.
Everything is about making good food and family and friends together at Christmas. And sometimes the men had to play with like a soccer ball with fire on it. And we're laughing watching the men play, and they'd laugh.
My favorite childhood memory is New Year's Eve because you get to smash a pomegranate at midnight and it represents good luck for the new year.
Here we are in year 1857 in the US. And a writer named James Lord Pierpont has just written a song called The One-Horse Open Sleigh that will become a popular hit.
It is believed to be the first Christmas song ever recorded. Here's a snippet of an 1898 recording on an Edison cylinder.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh.
And here's another fun piece of trivia. It was the first song ever broadcast from space. In 1965, 2 astronauts aboard the Gemini 6 spaceship smuggled a harmonica and bells to play a prank on Mission Control.
Here's a recording of the prank where they reported seeing Santa fly by.
And here's our own pre-K class singing the song. here we are in Salzburg, Austria in 1818.
The tune that school teacher and organist Franz Gruber is about to write will become one of the most popular carols in the world. The original lyrics by Joseph Mohr were in German.
But the song has now been translated to more than 140 languages, more than any other carol.
In celebration of the many languages that the HCCS family speaks, classes 501 and 502 will sing a version of the song in 10 languages.
Here are classes 501 and 502.
Singing Silent Night in 10 languages.
In 1991.
Songwriter and singer Bernice Johnson Regan is the founder of an all-female a cappella group called Sweet Honey in the Rock. She writes this song for the group in Swahili and English, dedicated to the 7 principles of Kwanzaa.
These are the 7 principles:
unity, self-determination, collective work and responsibility,
cooperative economics, purpose, creativity, and faith. Here's our class 202 singing 7 principles in a version by the group Women of the Calabash.
Umoja, unity that brings us together. Umoja, unity that brings us together. Umoja, unity that brings us together. We will
Madrid, Spain, 1904. Another school teacher and organist, Jose Ramon Gomez, has just written a beautiful song, A Christmas Lullaby.
The song is so popular that it has become a holiday song and a regular lullaby that parents sing to their children.
Here is class 201 singing A la Nanita Nana.
In Germany.
And another teacher and organist, Ernst Onches, has just written a poem dedicated to a tree.
It's the fir tree, or Tannenbaum in German.
The tune has also been adopted by several states and colleges as their official songs.
It didn't start off as a holiday song, but it has become a holiday favorite.
Here are 5th graders playing the song on xylophones.
It was arranged by our music teacher, Mr. Crowley.
Here we are back in 2021.
And the 3rd grade students have been manipulating time in their own way.
For the past few weeks in Miss Owen's art class, they've been learning about stop-motion collage animation.
They worked in teams with their table mates to create stop-motion animations of winter scenes.
Then they worked together to make those pieces come to life, one frame at a time.
They also learned about stop motion using live actors.
And they filmed a holiday message to share.
Enjoy these animations by class 302.
And later in the show, we will show animations by 301.
1945.
Julie Stein and Sammy Kahn were a lyricist and composer, both raised by Jewish immigrant parents, and they live in New York City.
The two now team up to write music and lyrics for Broadway shows and movies. They also write this hit song that has become a perennial favorite.
Here's our class K111 singing Let It Snow.
Here's our class that sang Let It Snow.
All the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful, and there's no place to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. The ocean starts rocking, and the winds are born from walking. The electric current way down below. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Happy kiss goodnight. How I hate going out in the storm. But you really hold me tight. On the way home I'll be warm. Fire is slowly dying, and years go flying. And on the new lovely snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Here we are in Greece.
Many Greek Christmas carols, or kalanda, date back hundreds of years or even beyond.
Caroling is an ancient tradition in Greece. Next, we have students in grades 5 through 8 playing kalanda right on 18th Street.
5th grade students sing the Christmas kalenda.
8th grade students will sing the New Year kalanda.
And 6th, 7th, and 8th grade band students will accompany the carolers.
Να τα πούμε!
Να τα πείτε!
Καληνύχτα να φόρτες,
in Coney Island, Brooklyn in 1949.
Folk musician Woody Guthrie has moved here with his wife Marjorie Greenblatt. Marjorie's mother, Eliza Greenblatt, is a famous Yiddish poet in New York.
Woody Guthrie was inspired by conversations with his mother-in-law and by the family's Hanukkah traditions to make lyrics for some new Hanukkah songs.
With the song stayed unpublished, buried in his archive after he died.
That is until his granddaughter discovered them. She was inspired by his lyrics and asked the New York-based klezmer band, the Klezmatics, to put the lyrics to music.
The band released an album of these songs in 2006.
Here's our Class 101 singing a festive tune from it, Haniki Hanukkah.
Here is Class 101 singing Haniki Hanukkah.
Christmas was always the fondest memory of the year because we always got nice gifts. Let me think what impressed me the most. I think it was a BB rifle I got that impressed me the most. You know, you load the BBs in and you could shoot birds out of the air. You could do target practice and a lot of fun things you could do with them.
我哋整好多新年食物，好似炸肉果，最開心係行花街，有新衫着，有利是手。
My favorite memories from the holidays would be on Christmas Eve. We would all sleep over at my grandparents' house, and in the morning my grandfather would ring the bell and we'd all come down to open up our gifts from Santa. And then he would make us pancakes and we would all eat breakfast together.
My favorite childhood memory from a winter holiday is when my mom, my sisters, and I would get little red bows and decorate them with glitter and put them along the stairwell.
Mi favorita memoria fue cuando mi padre me compró un caballo de madera que yo tanto quería. Ese fue mi regalo de Navidad. Y tuve ese caballito de madera por todo el año. Y yo lo montaba y sentía como si estuviera montado un verdadero caballo.
One of my favorite holidays was Christmas because we always used to go to Rockefeller Center. Coming from Taiwan, it was a big change for us because it was cold. I never saw snow. And then when we saw all the lights in the Christmas tree, I always enjoyed it.
Όταν ήμουν μικρό παιδάκι, θυμάμαι ότι απέναντι από το σπίτι μας είχε ένα βουνό με πεύκα. Πήγαινα και έκοβα και στόλιζα χριστουγεννάτικο δέντρο. Θυμάμαι μαζί με τη μητέρα μου, φτιάχναμε κολικυθόπιτα γλύκισμα και το έψινε στην σόμπα.
One of my favorite holiday traditions is when Mama used to make mellow macaroni and cookies. One unusual tradition is in Christmas is when everyone used to come over and Mama used to let us open the presents that she bought us on Christmas Eve.
En Santo Domingo, nosotros celebramos la Navidad alegre. Yo recuerdo que para los 3 reyes me dieron un regalo de un carrito rojo. Para mí fue algo hermoso, me sentí muy feliz.
When I was about 6 or 7 years old, I remember that we had a really big blizzard, and me and my sister and our best friends, we dug tunnels in our backyard that connected to each other. I also remember that our parents wouldn't put up a Christmas tree until we woke up Christmas morning. So we would go to bed on Christmas Eve, no tree, and we would wake up on Christmas morning to find the tree fully decorated with all the presents wrapped underneath.
We started from Christmas Eve and we had a lot of food. Our family used to come and we used to enjoy it. We had arroz con candules, pasteles, and a lot of pastry. And then we would used to sing and dance until the next day. Then we would open our gifts and we were very happy about that.
La Navidad es muy bonita en Colombia. En Navidad celebramos varios días. Tenemos el Día de las Velitas, que es el 7 de diciembre, y a partir de ese día se abre la Navidad. Entonces prendemos velitas, pedimos deseos y a partir del 16 de diciembre iniciamos una novena para la llegada del Niño Dios. Todas las noches nos reunimos, comemos natilla, buñuelos y galletas de Navidad y hacemos la novena esperando todos los días a partir del 16 de diciembre hasta el 24 de diciembre. Gracias y chao.
My favorite childhood memory from the winter holidays was, I have to say, the Chinese New Year. So because the Chinese New Year falls on winter break, we were able to stay home for 15 days and celebrate. All my friends and family would gather together and then have a big feast.
When I was 10, my family and I traveled to Greece, specifically the island of Chios. I got to celebrate Christmas and New Year's there. Most of the people on the island have sailors in their family, so on New Year's Eve, groups of people build and decorate toy boats, which they bring to the center of the town. And a lot of people are gathered around and they sing New Year's carols, which are called kalanda in Greek. And they have a contest on whose boat is built and decorated the nicest.
En Cuba celebramos todos en familia y con amistades la Nochebuena. Nos reuníamos en casa de mi abuela, toda la familia y muchas amistades. Comíamos juntos, comíamos pernil con gris, yuca y platanitos. Las comidas tradicionales, había música, había regalos y todos nos reuníamos todas las noches.
This one time, we were going to New York in a train, and when we got there, we were going to Central Park, so that way we could because we were going there because we were meeting up with somebody, so we could pick something up. And then when we were on the train heading back home, my mom noticed that there was a snowstorm coming in. So then when we got out of the train station, we noticed that that the snowstorm already came, and it was very cold outside. So then we put our scarves in front of our faces to block the snow from getting in, and then we were walking home. But then when we got home, we changed out of our clothes into our PJs. We drank hot chocolate, and we watched the Lorax.
Every year, Christmas time, my parents used to take me to New York City to see the tree. The day that they brought it and put the lights on it, we were there to see it. And they also took us to Radio City to see the Rockettes and the Christmas show. We went to different parts of the city to see all big decorations, walk around, and eat chestnuts.
Por fin era Navidad y yo me desperté. Fui con mis padres, pero ellos no se despertaron. Fui con mi hermana y por fin se despertó mi hermana. Fuimos a despertar a mis papás y mi papá fue a donde estaba el árbol y sacó su cámara. Y como siempre empezó a grabar. Yo fui a despertar a mi hermana grande y cuando sí, ella se despertó luego. Yo fui abajo de su cama y me fui al árbol con los regalos y encontré un regalo que decía mi nombre. Cuando lo abrí me sorprendí porque era el regalo que le pedí a Santa.
Y mame pues pígame tipana sta spitia que dígame ta calanda. ¿Qué más efstran lefta que elika? Yistera piname na pername peknidia.
One childhood memory when I attended St. Michael's School in Sunset Park, not too far away from Hellenic Classical Charter School. I was a member of the church choir, and I was assisted as a soloist, making a channel of your peace. At our Christmas Eve midnight mass. Since I was in third grade, I was excited that I was able to sing in front of all the church members, teachers, nuns, priests, and my family. I would attend the Christmas midnight mass every year after that invitation. Fue un día que alguien llegó a la casa a vender vestidos. Mi mamá cambió un animal por un vestido y se esponjaba y yo me daba vueltas y me gustó mucho mi vestido, que lo andaba modelando por donde quiera.
When I was a kid, my father always was shopping, bringing us something small like he was giving us a pair of shoes for Christmas. And for New Year, my mother used to make us kurabiadas, baklava, everything else. That was our happiness, you know. We didn't have any big things like today, what you have.
Η αγαπημένη μου παραδόση στα Χριστούγεννα είναι όταν πηγαίνουμε στη Νέα Υόρκη και βλέπουμε όλα τα χρωματιστικά φώτα και πηγαίνουμε και βλέπουμε το μεγάλο τεράστιο δέντρο στο Rockefeller Center.
Every Christmas, my mom makes a special dinner, and we all eat and we play games, and we open up Christmas presents. Last year was extra special because we got surprised with our puppy love.
My favorite holiday I want to talk to you about is Chinese New Year. We would celebrate the New Year by visiting family and friends, and when we visit, we would receive red envelopes filled with money. We would go out to Chinese communities and where you could watch traditional lion dances and set off fireworks to celebrate. The fireworks symbolize scaring off bad spirits and putting in good spirits for the new year.
just about any year.
This final song has joyfully run in hundreds of new years.
The song waves goodbye to the old year and hello to the new.
Let's say it's now 2021, on the cusp of 2022.
Here's our class K112 singing Paya Balyoso Chronos, or There Goes the Old Year.
That was class K112. Here you come.
Happy New Year! Feliz Año Nuevo!
Kali Kronya!
明けましておめでとうございます。